From the East Tennessee Weather Center, here's your morning weather update with meteorologist Mike Witcher.
Good morning. Happy Halloween, everybody. Sure hope you have a great day today. It's going to be a warm Halloween. We're talking well above average temperatures, breezy, and even a little bit on the humid side. Let's go ahead and get to work with the forecast. We'll start you off with the almanac from yesterday because it was a warm day yesterday as well. We had temperatures warming into the low, mid, and upper 70s, smashing the record, by the way, in Tri-Cities. 81 degrees was the high temperature, and the record was 79 set back in 1971. So an old-time record there. All right, here's the setup. We got a ridge of high pressure at the surface down to our south and southeast. That's pumping in warm Gulf moisture. We've got a cold front to our west that's been causing a ruckus across parts of the Great Plains over the last 24 hours. Well, this storm system is going to weaken as it moves its way into East Tennessee. So the general idea, the cold front heads our way as we get into the evening and overnight hours, slides off to our south and southeast, lingering clouds on into our Friday. The high pressure will start to build its way back in, helping to warm us up and bring us more sunshine as we get into the weekend. By the way, the U.S. Drought Monitor comes out today. I would imagine this continues to expand a little bit, has not expanded a ton over the last couple of weeks, but again, we've not had any rainfall basically over the last month. We're very, very dry. All right, so here we go. We start the morning off with temperatures comfortable. We have a little bit of fog hanging out with us this morning. The clouds will begin to increase. We're going to be dry through the lunch hour, so a nice lunch hour there. Kids heading home from school, maybe with their costumes on, maybe. Hopefully still intact for tonight. 3 o'clock, showers just off to the west of the Cumberland Plateau. So from 3 till about 7 o'clock, that would be about 2 to 6 o'clock Central Time. Keep this in mind. Fentress, say Morgan, Scott, Cumberland County, you do have a chance for a passing shower. We had one little lonely shower yesterday, a couple of raindrops, I should say, yesterday. With that southerly flow, a little bit of energy in the atmosphere helps to spark these off. So by 7 o'clock tonight, I think this is overdoing it, but the general idea is there. I just wanted you to know by 7 o'clock tonight, most of the activity, if we see it along the plateau, will be along the Cumberland Plateau. So we start the morning off well above average for this time of the year. 50s and 60s. It's incredibly mild to get the day started. As we get into the lunch hour, though, warm, sunny, and the wind's going to start to pick up. So it's going to be a little bit on the breezy side as we get into the lunch hour. Now, dew points are going to be in the 60s again here this afternoon. So the warm sunshine, you combine upper dew points in the 60s, it's going to make it feel a little bit on the humid side, and temperatures will climb back into the 70s and 80s. So heading off trick-or-treating here tonight as we get into the 6 o'clock hour. It's going to be very comfortable, warm, really, to be honest with you. So any of the kids that have these big, heavy costumes, they're going to be sweating a little bit, aren't they? 77 at 6, 70 degrees at 8, and by 10 o'clock tonight, we're still in the upper 60s. Now, here are those winds. Winds are going to increase as we get into the lunch hour, early to mid-afternoon. The winds are still going to be breezy here throughout the evening hours, so it is going to be one of those breezy October afternoons and evenings. All right, 7 o'clock here tonight. Here's the rest of your future cast. Cold front still off to our west. Cold front starts to slide its way on in, ushering in the showers. Better chance for heavier rain, much needed rain across parts of the Cumberland Plateau, so this is great news. But notice it just kind of weakens as it works its way from west to east. Likely to be overcast and a damp, gray, dreary start to our Friday morning. High dew points, temperatures close to the dew points. But even by sunrise, you can see kind of who's going to get the rain. Less likely to see the rainfall across upper East Tennessee and the upper mountains, upper East Tennessee mountains. More likely to have a soggy, slow-going start to the day on Friday across the Western Valley. All right, so as we wrap up the week, we're starting off with temperatures mild. We're going to be in the 60s. 7 o'clock in the morning, 65 degrees. Clouds, cold front swinging its way through. As we get into the lunch hour, we don't warm up a whole lot because we're going to have those overcast gray skies and some lingering showers on Friday. So again, don't expect a huge warm up throughout the day on Friday. It is going to be cooler. We are going to stay overcast, kind of a dreary and damp day throughout the entire day. And then the clouds will start to break up late Friday as some drier air starts to slowly settle its way on in. But we're not talking about a lot of dry air. So when all is said and done, everybody has a pretty good shot for seeing some scattered light rain showers. The graphic looks a little bit more impressive than anything, but can't rule out. I think the 1 inch is overdoing it probably for northern Fentress County, but the story is I think a good solid ½ inch of rain can't be ruled out across the plateau. So warm today, more seasonable tomorrow. Average high is only 66 for this time of year. Look at these temperatures. Next week, through the weekend, we're going to be in the mid to upper 70s, 10 to nearly 15 degrees above average for this time of year. And no big cool downs on the way for those morning lows because dew points will stay elevated into the 60s. And so that's going to keep our morning lows in the 50s and 60s through the next 7 days. Our average low, again, is 43 degrees for this time of the year. So we should be seeing a lot more widespread frost around the area. We should be chilly during the early morning hours, and that's not the case, and that may not be the case all the way through the first couple weeks of November. Rain chances, we're going to keep those rain chances elevated on Friday. We'll take them away through the weekend and the start of next week. Another system heads our way late Tuesday into early Wednesday. Right now, we're going to go about 30% chance of rain on Wednesday, but there is another shot for some rain showers. Let me explain. This takes us through Saturday, so you can kind of see where the bulk of the moisture is going to be through Saturday. More rain all the way through Monday to our west. And then as we get into next week, that starts to fill in once again. So we could add and then bring us some much beneficial rain, where over the next 7 days, maybe an inch, half an inch, to less than a quarter of an inch over towards the mountain counties. So not expecting a whole lot of rainfall there whatsoever. All right, let's go ahead and talk about your 7-day forecast. We are going to continue to see beautiful weather across the board. It's quite a bit of sunshine for the upcoming weekend, which is going to be great news to pass along. So don't forget to track the rain as we get into the evening hours, especially for you folks on the Plateau. As we get into trick-or-treating hours, you want to check in with the interactive radar with the East Tennessee Weather app. It's a free app download, by the way. Just search East TN Weather, all one word, and it really is and gives you everything you want to know for weather here in East Tennessee, which is the one thing that we all have in common and can't escape. Download it today. Just search East TN Weather. This is weather when you want it.